G'day guys, Ron here from Osborne Digital Marketing. Today I'm going to show you my guest posting strategy so you can get more from your guest posts. Let's jump into it. Now you might be wondering why you would want to get more from your guest posts. You think, hey, I just pay for a guest post and there we go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. No. You have a lot of control over your guest posting services. Now there's some organizations out there that will write the guest post for you. But a lot of the time, if you're doing your own guest posting, you can create the piece of content yourself. I'm going to show you the strategy that I use from start to finish when it comes to that content creation idea. Now, if you want to watch a video on how you would check out if a website's spammy or not, I've got a video that's going to be popping up that you can go through and check, is this website safe? What would Ronnie look at to make sure that it's actually a safe and good website? So I'm going to do that for you. That's going to pop up above. Watch that. But now we're just going to pretend that we've found an actual a site that we want to place a guest post on. So why do we need to make sure that everything is good to go with this guest post? And how do we make sure we get our bang for buck? Because it's nothing worse than when you spend like $200, $300 and the guest post doesn't even index. That's not a fun feeling. So let's jump into it. Now, in this guest posting strategy example, what I want to do is, let's just say business lawyer in Miami, they've contacted me, not working with these guys. There's somewhere down here, like maybe them, these guys here anyway. Let's just say they've reached out to me and they've gone, Ronnie, we need your help, mate. We need to get ranking. And this is the page. This is the target page that I want you to build a guest post for. And I want you to rank this page with that guest post. What do we do? Well, for me, I like to start to think about the title. So the main thing is that these guys have told me it's commercial law that they want to go after. Commercial law is a real thing that they want to be ranking for. What would I do from there? Well, I need to come up with a great title. All right. It's very important. Like all things, on page is really a cheat code to ranking well. So what would I do from here? Well, as an example, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this URL, because you'll know from my earlier linking strategy, I only build links with anchor text to pages that are already ranking for some keywords. So I'll place that URL into SEMrush and I'll see what keywords are being rewarded. So from here, I want to make sure that it's the exact. Let's have a look at the exact. I don't really want to look at the root. I want to look at the specific page. I'm building a guest post for this target page. So I come down here and let's just have a quick look at the organic keywords that are ranking. Okay, here we go. Commercial business law. Let's grab that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up to Google and I'm going to paste that keyword specifically into Google. So I'm going to paste that into Google and hit enter. All right. Now, when it comes to ideas for my guest posts, this is where I go. The people also ask the related questions now. Thank you, Google, for changing things. But this is where I go. This is what I'm going to be looking at. So you can see here, we've got what is business law, commercial law versus corporate law. It's a bit long-winded. What is commercial law based on? Okay, that's pretty interesting. There should be some more related questions popping up. Let's just keep going down. What type of law is business law? Is civil law the same as business law? We can start to see that it's starting to get away from the commercial business law. It's still tying into business law, but it's starting to get a little bit away. So why don't I just come back up to what is commercial law based on? And what I like to do is I like to grab this type of stuff, because if we go back over to SEMrush and we go into the keyword overview and we just have a look and see, okay, Google, is this keyword, does it have any search volume? It'll probably be zilch. It'll be donuts. I reckon absolute donuts. There we go, donuts. So what does that mean for us? Well, what I like to do is try and shorten it a little bit. Like, let's just have a look at commercial law. Might be a bit rich. That's probably going to be quite challenging, I would assume. And there's no point, guys, FYI, big tip, don't write a guest post that you're not going to rank. It's pointless. It's pointless. Okay, look at this. 45 possibility. If I come down, have a look at the SERP. Ooh, could maybe sneak in there. But again, like, look at how much work I'd have to do to rank that. I'd have to get my guest posts. have to be the best piece of I'd have to pay a writer now. That's part of my secret. I don't want to pay a writer. It's a waste of money. I'm going to have to pay charge 3 times for my guest post. So what do? This is what I do. Let's have a look at this. What is commercial litigation law? Still ties into the main theme and topic. So let's just have a look at that. Okay, so 140 searches. So there will be clicks. There will be people looking. That's beautiful. That's exactly what we want to look at. Now let's have a look at the SERP. Oh, that's a weak SERP. Look at this. That's up the top. That's just going to be website power, just ranking that bad boy there. Not too bad. Weak. Look at that. Look at that opportunity. So what I'm now seeing is if I go after this keyword right here, what is commercial litigation law for my guest post? Well, I would feel very confident that if I do solid on page, it's going to rank. It's going to rank. And especially if I send tier 2s in there, it's going to rank on page 1. How much better is that link than something that doesn't even get indexed? But this is where a lot of guest posting falls apart, is people don't do this. People will just be like, I bought a guest post, just blah. And then they write about whatever the AI will spit out. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you're getting paid good money, if you are getting paid the good sort of couple of $100 for a link, well, you need to do this. If you're paying the cheaper sort of stuff, you don't need to do it. But I would still try and do it regardless, because if all you can afford is the cheaper stuff, trying to do this is a great way at having a cheeky little win and actually getting the same power as a good $300 link. You can get from a $50 link the same amount of power if it ranks and has people on the page than a $300 link that's way back. There's no comparison there actually. Like that, if the $300 link doesn't show up, the $50 link is 10 times better. Try to get it to rank. So if we've determined that this is actually our title, like this is the page, this is a guest post, this is what we're going to theme our guest post around, this is our guest post target keyword, what is commercial litigation law? Okay, what do we do from here? Now, when you are writing your guest post, write it with SEO in mind. Don't worry too much about, user metrics and all that sort of jazz. Don't worry about that. Worry about getting it up the top for as little money as possible. Now, how do you do that? With ridiculously good on page. Use POP, all right? Use Page Optimizer Pro. I'll have a video popping up. If you don't know what Page Optimizer Pro is, use that. Use that to write your guest post, or something like Neuron Writer. Again, that video will probably pop up here. That's not too bad, but if you're serious about that, use POP. Use POP, and that will help you rank for sure. So I know if I was to go out there and use a semi-powerful-ish website and I use POP, specifically target around that keyword, mate, I'm getting that to pop on page 1. And I haven't even sent a backlink to it, because you should always power up your guest posts with tier 2s. Don't believe me? Go and have a look at, type in CTR manipulation. See where the rank tracker post is. You might see a familiar face on there. I've sent some tier 2s to that. Now, that is a unique post. There has been effort put into that post. You'll notice that I fully made a case study for it, an actual test. I did research for it. So it's engaging. It is user-friendly. But you also notice that it's structured for the SERP. So now, imagine how powerful that guest post is for me. Insanely powerful. It ranks number 2. It was number 2 last time I checked, but it didn't check for me. But it was sitting in position 2 for CTR manipulation. So that's why you want to focus more so on the SERP instead of the other noise. Focus about getting it right for Google. And when you're writing your guest post, something that I really, really want to stress. So as an example, if we go over to this page here, all right, let's just have a look at this website here. So when it comes to guest posting, it's very important that you try to put your target links up the top. Now, there's a couple of things I really want to stress on here, guys. You've got to make sure that you remember the purpose. Remember, I'm creating a guest post that is about commercial law. I'm trying to push up commercial law. We're trying to push up that page. So I want every single guest post to be relevant. I do not want a guest post talking about, I don't know, you got caught without a fishing license. I don't want that linking into my commercial. That's ridiculous. Even though it's law, it's in the legal field, it's a legal problem to have. Don't create a guest post on that because you're like, oh, well, I can rank for, what to do when you get caught without a fishing. Don't. Keep it relevant. Do the trick that I did, because even in something as competitive as law, look at that. I just found a keyword that we would be able to rank with a guest post, which would then in turn make our link more powerful. That is a big thing to keep in mind. So when you're writing a guest post, just make sure if you're, as an example on here, let's just say this was a guest post, okay? I would be trying to add my links up the top if possible, all right? Try to add links up the top if possible when it comes to your guest post. Don't put your link down, as an example, down the bottom here, which someone has done. There you go. Is that a different website? Yes, it is. Don't do that. There's a link down the bottom of the page, guys. How much juice is being lost? You've got juice even going into the table of contents. You've got the spiders going into the table of contents before your link. Don't do that. Make sure that your link, your target links are up the top, okay? Very, very important. If you can try and get it into this section here, that is something that you would want to focus on. Including pictures, including awesome pictures and videos are another great thing to include with your guest post. So let's just say you were an attorney. So let's just say these guys were with me and they're like, yes, Ronnie, happy to do that guest post. Great idea. Seems really good. If I could sit there and say, hey, mate, listen, it would be really awesome if you record a cheeky little video that I can also add to the guest post. Go and have a look at the CTR manipulation post I was just talking about. That will also help push up the thing for free. Now, yeah, it takes you time to record a good video, but at the end of the day, that will also help push it up. Now, if there's a video carousel in there as well, you might even get the video carousel, and all of this just makes more juice for your guest post. Guys, if you're paying money for guest posts, you want to try and get as much out of it as you possibly can. Because if your guest post doesn't even have any traffic to it, it has nothing to it, that link isn't as valuable as something that's ranking on page 1. Now, if you want great, and I mean great, affordable guest posts, jump over to the Osborne Digital Marketing Store. It will be linked down below. Now, with us, you can either write the content yourself or we will write it for you. Now, when it comes to the dive that we take, these affordable links, we obviously don't go to the crazy banana lengths we do to the clients that I work with and to the businesses that I own. I would strongly suggest that you do that. And if you're going out there and paying $300 for a link, that's what you should expect. If you're paying $50 for a link, we will still write a great topic for you. We'll go through, we'll have a look at the header and we'll find out what it is. But we're just not going to run it through an extensive pop exercise. We're not going to get the VA to sit down there and go bananas for you. Now, if people are interested in that type of service, I'm more than welcome to offer it. Let me know down below in the comments down below, and I can include that. We can add links that'll also offer completely optimized posts for you. But still, even if you use this strategy and you do it yourself, you can submit the content when you purchase a backlink from us, and we can use the content that you've created and optimized yourself. Make sure that you apply this strategy. Don't go out there and pay for a guest post and get nothing from the guest post. Make sure that you at least use something unique. Use the people also ask. I can't stress that enough, guys. Start there, because I promise you, it's a little bit cheeky, but what will happen is if you always grab those types of titles, you even went just to grab any of those ones that showed up, 9 times out of 10, those things are going to stay indexed. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be the ones that show up for those keywords. Because like you saw before, There was zero. There was donuts according to SEMrush. Now, if we were to place them into Google, yes, something different might pop up, but we'll still be shown, we'll still be indexed. We might not be on page 1 or 2, but we'll still be indexed and we'll still be ranking for some keywords, and we haven't even tiered it or even optimized it. So I hope you now know how I approach guest posting. I hope you've enjoyed my guest posting strategy that does work and will help you get more bang for your buck. Remember guys, visit the Osborne Digital Marketing Store. Let me know if you have any questions about guest posting down below. Any type of guest posting videos you'd like to see as well, more than happy to do it. I was going to make a video on how to write a guest post. I just didn't really feel like that was completely relevant. But let me know, maybe someone's interested in how to actually go through and utilize POP to write a guest post. More than happy to make those type of videos, guys. I hope you enjoy a lovely day. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you around. Cheers.